in terms of Arteta, I mean, let's not forget, he is very new to this job. He's new to management, full stop. He's never had the head position at any club prior. So what's it like for the players to have someone come in with literally zero experience of being the head man, the head coach? I mean, for both of you, you both played under, say, Sir Bobby Robson. He had a lot of experience. It's probably very easy to buy into what a manager of his caliber could bring. Perhaps not so easy for a player if the manager doesn't have that sort of backing behind him. Is that a fair assessment? Shay?
Yeah. I mean, we spoke about it before the game about the apprenticeship he's had under Pep Guardiola. I mean, Pep Guardiola had no experience before he got the Barcelona job. He managed the B team at Barcelona, and now you could say that Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world. So, you know, for me, Arteta has got a lot to learn, of course, but he's learned it from the master already. I think he'll bring a lot of the traits that Pep Guardiola has taught him, of course. But I think there's a lot of big issues to deal with at Arsenal. You know, Arsenal's a massive club. We look at David Luiz tonight, again, is a big problem for them. I mean, Aubameyang's got a year left in his contract. Will they sell him in the next month or so? And, of course, Ozil, we spoke about at the start of the show, he's not even on the bench tonight, not even in the squad. So they're three massive players that Arteta has to make big decisions on. And you know, what's the right decisions for the football club to move the club forward? And them three will be probably a big part of that.
OK, before we discuss that, I mean, I just want to be put in the mindset of a player. I was looking through your managers when you were at Newcastle in particular. You were bought by Kenny Dalglish, really experienced manager at the time. He left, obviously. And then Ruud Gullit came in. And Ruud Gullit, well, he only had 2 years experience as a manager prior. Like, we all knew him as a player, of course. But a good player does not definitely make a great manager. We've seen that time and time again. I mean, was it hard for him to win the team over what he wanted, as opposed to someone like a Robson?
Well, Bobby Robson and some guys couldn't speak highly enough of him. I think obviously he's got huge experience when at the time he managed me at Newcastle. But the biggest thing for Bobby Robson had was his man management skills. He was just a phenomenal motivator, a charming sort of a manager, but at the same time, you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him either. But he knew the game inside out. I mean, Ruud Gullit came to the club and didn't do so well. I know he fell out with big personalities and Duncan Ferguson and Alan Shearer, and you know, the writing was on the wall. The results at the end of the day, you know, he judged on results as a manager, and they simply weren't good enough. Be that he only had a couple of years' experience at Chelsea as a manager, I'm not sure, but he simply wasn't good enough. And you flip the coin over to Bobby Robson, then you would say, you know, one of the best managers that's ever been at Newcastle, you know, and you know, fantastic manager, fantastic man manager, and very successful manager as well. Won trophies, you know, most places he's been. So I'm sure Gary will speak very highly of the same man.
Yeah, I'm just going to chip in here, Gary, because he was actually your manager not only for England, but at Ipswich, of which he had to let you go.
Yeah, you know, Bobby Robson was, in my opinion, a great in world football. He dealt with me as a young 16-year-old with disappointment. He ultimately picked me to play for England, and of course that was a huge thrill. But just going back to that point about becoming the number one at a football club, you know, so Arteta's been number 2 under Pep Guardiola, but the decisions are always with the number 1. So I've been, admittedly not in the English Premier League, but in some Premier Leagues in different countries around the world. I've been the number 2 and I've been the number 1. And it's fine giving the suggestions, your thoughts, your opinions to the head coach who makes that ultimate decision. But when it's you, you know, you are the end of the line. You are the one who succeeds or fails by your decision. And it is a totally different situation. And I'm sure that Arteta has felt and found that, but I still think he will ultimately be a success.